I traveled a lot to get here. I'm at Grenaa Disc Golf Course. It's located on Woodland on the far right of Jutland in Denmark. It's a very wooded technical course, but I've heard a lot of good things about this course, so I'm very interested to check it out. I'm just gonna play the 18 holes we got out here, shoot for a score of -1. So we wanna go under par, because I see on the monthly ranking that this is a very tough course. So please follow along. See you at hole 1. I am so excited to get started here. Grenaa Disc Golf hole 1. You might already see it. We got 3 different layouts. No tee pads. I don't know if they are thinking about adding them later. But let's start off with a forehand. Goes up and to the right. So I'll take my Drake on just. This one is right beside a path. So it's kind of tough. You have to go walk downhill if you want to get to the front of the tee pad. Otherwise you just have to throw from up here. And that's what I'm trying to do. Looks like we're scrambling. Okay, we're locked up in here. They told me this would be a woodsy course, and sure it is a wooded course. So I just think I have to hit that gap. Basket is not that far ahead. Skip. We'll have a putt for a par on the first hole. If all the fairways are this tight, this might be hard to get around. So first of all, this hole is not as tough as I made it look. You just have to hit the initial fairway and then you can get up here for a putt, I think. Now, what is this putt? It's in the basket. And wow, they got a little arrow to guide me in the right direction. Let me show you. Look at that. This way. Also a sign over here. There's a lot of signage going on. So I do like the looks of this, because you can see the basket through all the trees. And then the fairway is more like a hyzer forehand. That's a good way to design a hole, that the way you can see the basket, so you can see if you're shooting anyone down. I think more courses should utilize that, and I don't see a mandatory, so there is probably an anhyzer turnover through the straight line. But this sounds crazy. Let's just throw another forehand. Forehand hyzer, not my specialty. I don't know if it's far enough, but I made it through a lot of trees. So first putt to see if we can get a birdie today. Right outside circle 1, so I'll give a little jump step at it. Not yet. Little comeback up, but we cannot sleep on these. And the next tee is pretty close. Still just even par. I think that's a good place to be. This hole is not that far. It's a par 4 and it goes to the left in the end. What I'm gonna try to do is just throw it flat down the middle here. 400 meters. I was a little inside. So actually not the worst position to be. There is some scramble routes through this left side. Preferably I would have gotten 30 meters more to the right to have an open shot. Let's just flex it. When you're playing a new course for the first time, you have to look for the places you want to bail out. This left side is actually, there are lines through these woods. So you'd rather go left on this hole than right. That's a good thing to keep an eye out for when you're playing a new course. So I got quite sneaky through the woods, just flexed through, found the gap, and now we're here putting for birdie. And there it is. First birdie here in Grenaa. Not gonna lie, I hope that there will be a lot more. What a narrow gap, but a very beautiful hole with how the sun is shining right now. It's just a par 3. I think I'll try this method. Somehow found the fairway. Come on. Approach time. Fine approach through the woods. One little green. Still we're without bogeys. And if we keep unbogeying, we will be good. We got another par 4 here. I think you're kind of getting a hang of it. That the theme is that we got these pine trees and then tunnels. So I'll take my tunnel shooter #1 out. So I think the fairway turns a little left in the end, because I see the basket down between the woods. No trees hit. That's the first. I don't know what is fairway and what is rough on this course, but this feels somewhat like a fairway. Not gonna lie. You just throw it down this alley. I think we have approximately 70 meters left, so I'll go with my soft envy. As it was fading in, it hit something. But a nice gap hit from the Envy. You should actually go get yourself a soft Envy. It's the most overstable plastic to get the Envy in as it is right now. It's incredible. So go to a disc tree, they have them in store, and get yourself one. So I hit a tree that they're going to move. I think this means that they're going to remove it. So it was a good shot. I was just here in the wrong place time. Now I got a long jump putt. Oh! If that had held the turn just a few seconds longer, it would have said bing bang boom in the chains. Still not hurt by the amount of trees. This looks crazy, bro. It looks so beautiful. The sun is in your eye. Here on hole number 6, they decided to step up the difficulty a bit. What we have here is a 120-meter par 3 through a tunnel. This might be the good disc for it. I grip locked that a bit. Not gonna lie, it might be tough from there. It's actually a fairly easy approach from here. Not that it is guaranteed, but there's possibilities. Should have given that a little more oomph. It's never a good sign when you land behind a tee, and right over here we have the red tee. So I did not even make it out of the red tee. This smells like a bogey, not gonna lie. I have a decent line at it. Oh man. Hold it. Just turning a little too much in the end. I knew that I would get a bogey out here. It's just the fact that you get it. Feels bad. Now it's out of the body. Now we gotta reset. You have been the one. Oh, I love this disc. If anybody's missing their Fox Tiger Light shoe from Econ Discs, it's right here. Hey, we made it to a somewhat big fairway. So I went up to the yellow tee and thought that was the place I was going to throw from. Not gonna lie, looked nice. But we're thrown from the white tee. And I somehow feel like this is more of a turn of a backhand than a forehand. Maybe it's because I love to flex them and there's no flex here. Just gonna take my T-bird. Oh man, the line was incredible. So if your scramble game is on point, this course is not that hard to navigate. Because I got a very rough kick right there. And I still have a somewhat easy approach. And we will be having another par going on to the next. Good up shot we got right here. Good up. This is a very interesting hole. This area you see in front of me is an OB area. The fairway is over to the left, so there's this OB square on the right, and then the fairway is by the other trees over there. And I feel like you can throw a great shot, hit the trees over there, and just bounce out of bounds. So I just want to throw a hyzer over there. And one thing I will say, the signage by the basket you're playing is very good. But when you get out walking, it would be nice with a few more signs showing, okay, you have to go left here. I know this is only troubling the first time you played or maybe the second time. But as a new player here, it's somewhat hard to find path. You have to go find the new tees. So I feel like that should be safe, but who am I to know? So the OB line is marked by these sticks standing around. And luckily, I did make it safe. So now it's all about the approach. This is a tight approach. I think tunnel shooter number 1. That is so good. That is so good, man. Please drop some love in the comments for that shot, man. Just on that tree to the left. And it just kept holding to right. So I'm absolutely porked. And I think that's a good birdie to get. I love myself some par 3. It's 90 meters. It's hole 9. Once again, good job by making a visual contact with the basket through the woods on the left. You see nobody would go there. And then the fairway is on the right, so you can see if the basket is empty. I'll just throw some hyzer and hopefully get close. Hey, I think you saw it flash by the basket. Perfectly executed shot. My only concern is that it's a bit short. But I don't know. Park job. 2 birdies in a row. I don't know how often that happens out here. But this does look like a flex forehand. I don't know if I want to do it. I think I will. Flex forehand to the right. I got completely killed by that branch. But now we're scrambling with my least favorite scramble shot, the patent pending. But we got one of my favorite discs in the hand, Sui, so it evens out. It looks like a long par putt. Okay, it's a regular jump putt. I have made those before. Ah, rejected, man. For a second, I thought I made it. So once again, this is one of the holes. If you play it a couple times, you know, you should aim to just get off the tee, and then your upshot will be a lot easier, and you will not make a bogey. Found hole 11. The good thing about this course is that it's pretty dry. It's been raining a lot in Denmark lately, and my feet are warm, shoes are not wet. So apparently you have to go straight down through here and then place the tree in the middle of the fairway and then to the right in the end. So I'll place you up a little higher. I think I'll try the forehand. That got very sneaky in the end. Into the unknown. I got the spot where I cannot throw my backhand hyzer, so I'll need a forehand turnover with this zone. That shot right there, the zone, is the best in the world at that. I think I nearly found an OB area. Or not? I don't know. But we have this pot for another birdie. Oh, that was high. I was so ready to hear, you know, the clunk sound. Good bird to get there, good bird. I know this one looks like the perfect place to lose your disc, but don't let you be fooled. It's a par 5. And I will throw big forehand. So the hole goes like this. And this you see in front of me is hazard. I don't know, man. Felt fine out of the hand, flew through the trees, but as it is a par 5, we still have 2 shots to get there if we want the birdie. But I think we also still have more than 150 meters. So forward progress is the name of the game right here. And I got somewhat of a fairway down here. I'll throw a little flex. If I meant low when I said little, I was right. This course is actually basically all Sco 2.0. The only difference being we have not had an open shot yet. I have this hyzer line. Should probably go for it. Hit some sort of path over there. But I got good meters towards the basket. It's funny, my feel of this par 5 is that it's actually pretty easy. I've had a couple decent shots, but here I am putting for birdie. Why did I hold on to that when I could have done that? It's a shorty. Hey shorty, this your birthday? Oh, and it's an island hole. I don't see the water, but it's 57 meters. I think we just go with the freaky zone forehand. And we're absolutely porked. I am excited to see where the water is. Because it's not that hard if you don't know where the water is. Okay, so where I'm staying right now is in the Hazard. I know the only thing safe is that island. So maybe it's tougher than I first anticipated. This one might be aced during tournaments because it's not that far, and if you're playing from yellow tee, it's only like 45 meters. But it's refreshing to play a somewhat short hole in between all these long ways. Hey yo, another par 5, and we got birch trees here. This one is only 213 meters, making me think, can you actually eagle this? Let's try the Thunderbird. I feel like if I should eagle this hole, should be with a drive like that. Should be just fine. There is a play up and over, but I feel like these trees just grab everything, and in that way I'll never get my disc back. So with a drive like the one we threw, this hole gets pretty easy. So let me just take this again, throw it on hyzer to the basket. Perfect. Brings us another birdie. I don't know how many birdies we had. We had a lot of birdies, I know, but I don't know what the score we had. Finally, a hole that is somewhat open and somewhat far. I'm 3 under. I calculated. That is a very good score. This one says that this hole is straight. That's a lie. It's a hyzer. So let me do that with my Hamburg Destroyer. I dig the thing where I held onto it too much once again. I have to stop doing that with that disc. We ended up a little on the right. Let me just approach this basket. Sit down. That will be a long putt. This is a long putt for par. Yes, sir. Good thing that there was a headwind there because it just held it up. This is a nice tunnel. Maybe because it's so wide. We're just gonna take the Thunderbird, throw it hard, flat. Not the best, not the worst. These tee pads. There's a tournament here in a couple weeks, and I'm interested to see if these will get muddy when many people play them. Because right now they're okay, but I don't think they have many braces left in them. Look at that. Ah. And then right on top of the red tee. And I know that it's pointing that way, but as far as I'm concerned, there's no mandatory and the basket is over there. So I'll just throw a forehand through there and hope for the best. I don't really know how I feel about this hole design. It's a little weird. So that's halfway there, and we just need the other one. Why would I ever bother to go to the fairway in this hole? And that will be a par. That's an unfortunate bogey. Hole 17, we're getting close to the end. And there's this gap. There's also an out and around play. It's a par 4, surprise. I'll go with my gap hitter disc. I found the red tee. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not. As you clearly see by your own eyes, I'm in the middle of the fairway. Where in the world am I supposed to go? Looks like we just have to snipe one of these forehands again, on the left side. Well, and from there we have an approach, we get a par. I'm actually wondering whether we want to land in this hole. If not here, that will be for another episode. It's approaching time. Basket is right around the corner. I have a zone. Yes, sir. We're in the final hole, hole 18. It is another par 4, and I feel like you want to start out with a big forehand. That was the one thing I was worried about, but I think we're in a decent spot. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to do from here, other than a big forehand flex. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. That was actually really close to being very good, but it just hit one of the side branches in the tree. Oh man, I feel like if that disc had not hit that tree, it would have been absolutely banging. Yay! I managed to shoot under par on this new property. A lot of woods, a lot of trees. All in all, a decent course. But I feel like there's too many long walks between the holes, and the fact that there's no tee pads. It has some potential, but it needs to do some things to the layout also, so you do not have to walk that far. But all in all, I love this course. And let me know if you played it and what your score was. And then I'll see you next week in an interesting video. We're gonna review some discs.